That from the Today Show, or did
yes. I sort of asked if I could have it as I was taking it, so it's quite hard for them to wrestle it out of my hands.
NBC.
Okay.
Well, we're rolling?
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I think some people have heard about this.
Yeah, just a few it seems.
Yeah. When you take on a project like this, I mean, there's the book. Obviously, the book series was so popular, and you have the author, and I don't know how much input you work with her, or do you just take rein and just tell the story how you need to tell it for a film?
I think it's an unusual dynamic, and I think with a book of this status, with such a phenomenon and such a fan base, you know, it was important for me to listen and to not ignore. And you know, normally, yes, you want your single vision and no interference. I mean, that's unrealistic when you make a movie anyway, because there's always going to be influence. But I think, yes, I had to keep the reins and hold tight, but I also had to listen. And I didn't always want to listen.
Yeah.
But you have to be open to suggestions and a sense of what you might be missing, especially she's so attuned to, you know, fan favorite moments. I had to listen.
When you hear, well, when people talk about this book in social media and everywhere, media, you hear about the sex, you hear about the S&M, but you know what they don't talk about is the love story, and that's the thing in the movie that I was just like, okay, this is the whole thing.
Yeah, it's so important. It's a love story, it's a romance, and it's a relationship story, and it's an unusual relationship story, but you get to go on the whole journey. And that's important.
Well, no one's advocating this as a way of relationship, you know, a healthy relationship at all. I mean, there's some red flags I would think that most women would have.
Definitely
just like
red.
She does.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing I always think about it is, you know, when you enter into a relationship, how often do you get a contract where you know what's right and what's wrong and what you are and aren't willing to do? I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Now, when you were casting, I know this was a big casting. It was high profile.
Yeah.
Dakota, you just hit it on the head with her. I mean, that she just was perfect for the role.
She absolutely was, and we gave all the women that came in for this a tough task. They had to learn a sort of 4-page monologue from an Ingmar Bergman film. And that monologue really took us on an arced journey that was similar to the journey that Anastasia goes on. So I thought, whoever can nail this is going to be perfect for the film. Now, very few people did.
Is it hard to put into words what it is about her that makes her the perfect Anastasia?
It is. It's a sort of this. It's an effervescence that it's an instinctual connection, because we have to have that connection in order to know that we can work together and trust each other for something, this kind of a journey. But also she has that quality that whatever it is makes a movie star.
Now, obviously, this is a high-profile movie, and you're going to get critics from groups and whatnot. What do you say to the critics about what they say, the portrayal of women and
I think, see the movie, because I feel from the offset, I wanted this to be a journey of empowerment, that this woman goes from an inexperienced world, she goes on a journey of sexual exploration, but she also goes on a romance, also on a relationship exploration. I mean, there's such, and by the end, she's a strong, empowered woman who makes a very bold decision.
We're wrapped. Anyway, congratulations.
Okay, I could go on.